Let us try to understand the third part of the brain, that is hindbrain, which can be further divided into pons, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. And these three parts, they are having their specific functions. Hindbrain is also called as the rhombencephalon. It can be further divided into two parts, that is metencephalon, which consists of pons and cerebellum, and myelencephalon, which consists of medulla oblongata. As far as metencephalon is concerned, pons word means the bridge. It consists of the nerves which form the largest part of the group of brainstem. So, among the brainstem, pons is the largest part. It lies above medulla and it has several cranial nerves which originate from the ventral surface of the pons, and thus it is helping in forming the connection between central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. If we look at this picture, then we will be able to see where it is located. This part of the brain which is present here, that is called as the pons. It is also called as pons varolii. Varolii is the name of the biologist. And what are the functions? The main functions of pons are as a connection between cerebrum and cerebellum, and it also forms a connection between two hemispheres of cerebrum. It controls the sleep cycles and it is responsible for regulation of deep sleep. It may be containing many nuclei which control functions of head and face. That means facial expressions, they are controlled by this part, and lateral movement of eyes, and many tracts pass through it. So, it is also forming the connection between the peripheral nervous system and main part of the brain. With the medulla, it controls breathing also. If there is some damage in this part, then there may be loss of sensation in the face and loss of corneal reflex, that is the blink reflex, and loss of ability to gaze, that means holding the gaze, that will not be proper. Let us try to understand what is this blink reflex. You must have seen that when your eyes they receive some bright light, or there is some loud sound, or there may be some stimulus to touch, then the eyes blink. That is called as the blink reflex. This is the reflex which is basically related to survival, and it is done in the need to protect the eyes from potentially harmful stimuli which may be a threat. But if you make a conscious effort, then you can stop the blink reflex also. For that, what can be done? That if you hold the upper eyelid with your index finger and the side of the lower eyelid by your thumb, then you can control the blink reflex and you can avoid blinking midstream. So, that is how the blink reflex is caused and how it can be controlled. The other part of the brain, that is medulla, it is also called as the myelencephalon. Medulla begins at pons and it is up to the foramen magnum. Foramen magnum is that part from which the spinal cord comes out. So, it is a part of skull which is present at the base from where the spinal cord comes out. So, what is medulla oblongata? Medulla oblongata is the part which starts from pons and ends at foramen magnum. If we look at this picture, then we will be able to see its location. This part is the pons and this part is called as the medulla. Medulla has two external bulges which are called as the pyramids. These are called as the pyramids. And it is the largest motor tract of the body. What are its main functions? It may be having three main functions which are located at different centers. That is cardiovascular center. It is containing certain neurons which are responsible for controlling the rate of heartbeat and diameter of blood vessel. So it can adjust the rate and the force with which your heart is contracting, and it can also change the diameter of the blood vessel, and that is how it can regulate the blood pressure. It is containing respiratory center, which is controlling the rate and rhythm of breathing, and there can be other centers also present like vomiting center, coughing center, hacking, swallowing and sneezing. These all are refluxes which are controlled by medulla. So basically what we can see that medulla is controlling all the reflux actions which are happening in our body. Axons from left pyramid cross over to right and from right to left. Thus, left hemisphere controls the right side and left side controls the right side. I hope you all must be knowing that it is the part where the axons they cross over each other, and because of that left side of your body, that side of your body's muscles, they are controlled by the right side of the brain, and right side of the brain is controlling the left side. So that is why sometimes it is said that if your right side of brain is injured, then there will be paralysis on the left side, and if the left side of the brain is injured or hit, then there may be paralysis on the right side and vice versa. The next part of the brain, that is cerebellum. It is the hind part of the brain. It is relatively very small part, about only 10% of the total weight, but it contains roughly half of the brain's neuron. It is containing many neurons in it, specialized cells that transmit information via electrical signals. So this is about the Purkinje cell which are present in this area, which are very important part of this part of the brain. They are also called little brain as it is the major structure of the hind brain. It has two cerebral hemispheres connected in the center. There are two cerebral hemispheres, one on either side, and they are connected in the center. Has the appearance of separate structures attached to the bottom of the brain. So if we look at the anatomy of the brain, then they look like as if that is an additional structure attached at the bottom of the brain. Its cortical surface is covered with finely spaced parallel grooves. So when we studied about cerebral hemisphere, then we studied that it is having convolutions, it is having gyri and sulci which are not particularly arranged in some pattern. But in this part, in the cerebellum, what we see that it is having finely spaced parallel grooves, and this happens because cerebral cortex is actually a continuous thin layer of tissue tightly folded in the style of an accordion, or in the form of a paper fan. So that way these structures, they are pleated, and that is why they look like parallel grooves. Let us study about some main functions of the cerebellum. Its main and very important function is that it has a very important role in motor control, and it is also involved in some cognitive functions. For example, attention and language. So that means when we are talking of language learning, then this part is very important, as well as emotional control, such as regulating fear and pressure responses. So its main functions are that it controls the voluntary movement, it is controlling the posture, and it is helping us in maintaining equilibrium and balance. If there is damage in cerebellum, while not causing paralysis or intellectual impairment, might lead to lack of balance and slower movement and tremors like shaking. So if this part is damaged, of course the intellectual abilities are not impaired, because they are mainly concerned with the cerebral hemispheres, but it will cause lack of balance and slower movement and tremor. So this is how all parts of brain, they are very important for proper functioning of body. So with this we have finished this part of the lesson.